Making 30% ROI is easy, guys. So easy. Hi there, I'm Lumi Banks, and in this video, I'll be sharing with you the power of Forex trading. Yeah, most beginners made the mistake of um, promising or coming to the market with the mindset of I can make 20% weekly or in 2 weeks or 50% in 6 months. And so they promise their investors this, that, and that. And most investors fall, you know, into this, will I say, into the scam because even the newbies, they don't know much then. They don't know much and they promised, and then at the end of the day, you end up with a blown account. Guys, I've seen so much and I've heard a lot. I've seen people, saying they could make 20% in 2 weeks, in 1 week, and then at the end of the day, accounts blown. And the investor were asking me why. And I had to like re-educate a lot of people that come my way, and as a matter of fact, guys, a lot of people I won't even deal with them because they can't even cope when I told them that 30% annually is what average trader makes as a professional. It's not all these 20% weekly or bi-weekly that you are shouting about. And you you know you it's better if you start to see the forex market as an investment vehicle rather than some get rich quick scheme platform, or a place where you can just come and make quick bucks, and trading like your life depends or your career depends on two trades or a couple of trades here. Yeah, I've been in this market or in this business since 2019 actively. I i got to know about forex long ago, but I started my journey 2018 and I started trading actively 2019. Guys, it's been a rough ride. It's been a no giving up routine. Yeah, and when I gave up, I actually gave up twice, and then I thought to myself, if I give up, you know what else will I do that can give me a good life as this? Yeah. And then I thought to myself, guy, you rather take a break. I don't mean to start saying all this here, but practically making 30% annually is so easy. Big investors are those who are looking for this return anyways. And for so reason, if you are, $100 trader, or you are trading you are trading a $10,000 account and you are expecting to make $1,000 weekly, or from off your $100 you want to be making $50 weekly or every day. Well, it's possible, but this video is not for you. It's actually possible you make, overnight success, overnight money, extreme profits from the markets based on the market condition, on certain market condition, and the amount of risk you put into the market. And this business being a risky environment, you know, you just want to respect yourself. Yeah, you just want to respect yourself. Statistic, always says that 89%, 84%, brokers do put it on the platform that 80 something percent here shows that 80 something percent of traders lose money with this broker. They lost their money, like they lost their capital, man. So that should tell you, as whether you are a trader or you are an investor, I don't know if that tells you that you can go there and you can start making 20% a week. It's a lie, which is a lie. Yeah. So in real time, in real time. What's true is the amount of successful forex traders that make, from the forex market, and they are profitable for a long time. They are profitable long time. They're actually less than 10%. Let's say less than 9%. You get? And this is what they do differently. They treat forex as an investment vehicle and not as some sort of um, get rich quick scheme. So looking at forex with this view, in this view, as an investor or as a professional trader, yeah, this video, like I said, is not from the angle of a newbie. It's not a strategy class, but because of the concept, it's a total risk management, money management um, video for investor. You know, to make 30% in a year, all you have to do is make 2.5% a month. Guys, listen, you just have to make 2.5% a month, and 2.5% profits target a month. It sounds easy to anyone, even if you are a beginner. It sounds easy, you get. And one of the bosses I respect so much in the forex business here, it says something one time that if he give you $100 account and you return it, you came back after 1 year, January to December, and you are able to return that $100 at break even, guys. It gave you to trade it, and then at the end of year you had a good up and down year, up and down, up and down, and then you ended up bringing maybe $100. You make profits, you lose it, you made losses, you bring it back to break even at the end of 1 year. He said you are a good trader and he's going to fund you. You know what that means? Do you know what that means? It means forex is about capital pros capital protection. I mean capital protection over everything. Risk management, capital protection here is key. When you plan your capital protection along every trade, the profits are going to sort themselves, and it's easier that way. You can actually make 30% in a month and even more, based on the given the market condition. That But how often does this come? That's the question you want to ask yourself. How often do you see this trending market condition? Most of the time, as a swing trader, all I do is waiting, folding my hands, and I want the market to react to certain POIs I've drawn. If you are looking to make 2.5% monthly, there will never be pressure on you to say, okay, I want to place trade at this time. There is a news, and I'm anticipating that I'll make certain amounts from this news today. You are planning before you enter the market. You are not just saying, during news is what that means you are gambling, because news in case you don't know whether the results on forex factory came out as expected, or negative or positive, that's higher than expected or lesser than expected, the market can do whatever. And most newbies, they don't know they don't know this is from my words of knowledge. They don't know this. I used to think, okay, the market probably follow if you know if they say bullish is good for the currency, if the actual is greater than supply, is good for the currency, expect bullish. And then many times I expected bullish then, and I did see no bullish. Sometimes I just see spikes, weak outs left and right. So that being said, guys, making 2.5% monthly is all you need to make 30%, and it is reasonable for good investors. I'm talking of ways. There are big monies out there who are ready to locate you if you know if you are ready, and you have the capacity to make 30% a year. Yes, banks don't give them that. You get. and even the S&P 500, the stock market, US stock doesn't even give that. If you are able to beat that, you are OG, you are great, you're a profitable trader. Yeah, let nobody drag with you, let nobody argue with you that you are not or you are not profitable. So to make 2.5% here with me, what I do is most times I trade just twice in a month, and sometimes maybe once in a month. All I'm doing is to catch some swings, and I'm using an example of this trade that happened last year with me. I'm using it for this case study on making a 2.5% week in a month. And this is my calculation here, my calculator. The risk I'm taking on this account is less than 1%. So to catch a 2.5% monthly, you don't even need to risk much, because you want to trade in a way that if you enter the market and it gives you a loss, let's say it gives you a loss, you come back, you want to be sure that when you make the next profit, you are able to recover the loss and plus some wins. What I mean by that is you recover the past loss and you still have a profit on that account. And that's the way I'm approaching this market. All I do is I risk 0.5%. Because the annual target is 30%, I could say okay, 0.5% of, let me use for instance, I'm using $1,000. $1,000, or do I use $100,000? Yes, let's use it that way, because percentage will be easier to calculate for you. Yeah, with a 100K dollars account, you want to risk, and for instance, now this is a sample. I risk 50 a 0.5%, which is $500. $500 is not up to 1%, guys, and I'm looking to target 2.5 monthly. If you are in certain country in Africa here, you will realize that 2.5% is big deal, is a big deal. That's $2,500. It's a big deal, guys, monthly, if you're able to do that consistently. So I because when I don't realize it, when I haven't realized this, I just do my thing, I just gamble. But once I realize this, the very moment I realize this, I'm like, this is powerful, this is astonishing. 2.5%, $2,500. It's not small money, and it's easy to make in a month here, given such capital, and you are risking small per trade. I know that using the 0.5 per trade, risking the 0.5% per trade, I will actually be in one trade that goes well. I'll actually be making my monthly target. You get, using the 0.5. Let's look, for instance, this very trade here. It's a good trade that happened sometimes last year, late last year, and then it's a 1 ratio 7.5%, about 7.6 here. Well, let's call it 7.5, and this time 7. Let's even say he didn't get to the target, but what happened here was Monday open, and then I saw, you know, we heard news over the weekend that war is happening, they're throwing bomb, you get, and then I'm like, okay, it's time to get on a buy on this guy, because it's has actually been, a series of higher highs and lower highs and higher highs, and then should we liquidate this low, should we break this low? That's when, should the market break it, like, okay, as it's coming down like this, I would have said, okay, if you break it or it goes back here like this, and break it, I would have expected more lower lows and more lower highs, but that didn't happen. We heard of the war, and I was like, okay, let's get on a buy here, and risking 0.5, which is $500, making seven times what I risk. And you know, that's 6 points, sorry, 3.5 3.5%, 3.5%, guys. And then let's say it's even 6% that I made. Look at 0.5 times 6 here is 3%. That's $3,000. Imagine if you are trading even more than 100K accounts. Imagine if you find an investor that gives you $1 million account to trade. That is, and this is possible every month. Every month you will always find a good trade that will give you 2.5%. And let's now say worst case scenario. You are unable to make 0.5%. Sorry. Worst case scenario, you are unable to make 2.5% in a month. Maybe you end this month in break even. You can actually always make more at the end of, maybe during the next month, or if you ended a month at break even or in a drawdown. With this approach, it won't be hard for you to say you want to recover it. I'll still be making, much of this video and explaining in details risk management for such approach, because this is getting long already. I'm just pissed by how many new beginners, how many newbies are, risking their accounts, in a brutal way. They just blowing investors' account, blowing their own accounts too. I'm new around here on YouTube, but I've been an active trader. So subscribe to my channel to get the most of what I have to offer. You don't want to miss out on many updates that I'll be sharing on this channel. Until next time, Lumi Banks, we catch you later.